So Lizzo has quit music after the Biden fundraiser that she did last Thursday on the 28th. And it all started when I saw this flyer. It's March 28th, right? One night only, an evening with President Joe Biden and Presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. So the trifecta of scumbags, okay, was going to be there. In conversation with Stephen Colbert, featuring special guests Cynthia Erivo, Queen Latifah, Lizzo, Leah Michelle, and Ben Platt, hosted by Mindy Kaling. So interesting flyer, right? Well, Max Blumenthal tweets out, Genocide Joe is coming to New York City for a $250 to $500,000 a head fundraiser with Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. And then he gives details, 328 at Radio City Music Hall. Is the hashtag Shut It Down movement going to show up for Gaza? And my immediate reaction when I saw this flyer was just to say, okay, let's take note of exactly who here is participating. Cynthia Erivo, Queen Latifah, Lizzo, Leah Michelle, Ben Platt, Mindy Kaling, Stephen Colbert, all of these people are okay with genocide, I guess. So I have to play you this clip. Because of course, Lizzo performed, right, at this fundraiser, and I just have to show you how, I mean, for lack of a better word, how cringe this performance, or, you know, if that's what we want to call it, is. I'm pulling it up here. Just give me a second. Oh my goodness. So just check this out.
Radio City Music Hall! We got 3 presidents in the building tonight. That sounds like a party to me. So everybody, clap your hands!
This is so cringe. This is so cringe to me. And I think rightly, I saw a lot of people on X talk about how, think about the juxtaposition of this to what the people in Gaza are currently facing. $250 to $500,000 a head to fundraise for a president who is running for re-election, who just sent more money to Israel. I mean, this guy continues to send billions of dollars to other countries, and he has the gall to run a fundraiser for his genocide enabling ass. Jesus. It's so wild to me. But, I think the part here that is also really cringe is the fact that Lizzo is excited here about the fact that there are 3 presidents in the building. All 3 presidents who have done horrific things and yet somehow get rehabilitated when they leave office. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I wanted to play you also. I have to play you a clip from MSNBC because, of course, they want to talk about. They're going to talk about this whole issue going on, but it's going to be from their particular angle because I want to show you the actual event that Lizzo was performing at and what was being done and said there. So yeah, let's play this clip here.
Very clear preparation for the fact that there might be disruptions from the audience, and there were multiple. And Barack Obama took the opportunity to not just talk about,
for good reason too. There were multiple disruptions at this event for good reason.
On the substance, what President Biden has managed to do and tried to do to bring some clarity to this very difficult, impossible situation. But then he at one point scolded some of the protesters who tried to interrupt him to say, it's good to have moral clarity.
And the protesters were about Gaza.
Almost all of them about Gaza.
Can you believe this? These protesters that are interrupting him are about Gaza, are about the ongoing genocide that the U.S. is directly supporting and enabling. And this motherfucker has the gall has the guts, the whatever, the chutzpah to scold them, to scold people who are protesting for peace, who are protesting for the end of this onslaught that is going on. And somehow they're wrong? They're the ones that need to be scolded?
But he said, it's one thing to have moral clarity, but the presidency, as he said, as only he can say, is a lonely seat. And it's not enough to just have moral clarity. You have to be willing to listen to the other side, to try to tackle all the complications of this issue.
It's not enough to have moral clarity. It's not enough. Moral clarity isn't enough.
And actually get results. And that's what President Biden, with his decency, is trying to do. And when he got angry at the post-protest,
with his decency, you see this? It's like they're giving more money to Israel to continue doing this. They're giving more money to Israel to continue doing this. And this man says that Joe Biden, in his decency, is trying to do the best that he can with the complexity of the situation. Before broadcasting live today, I was just catching up on X and like seeing what people were talking about, and there is a new tragedy in Gaza every single fucking day. To the point where, again, I want to be covering this all the time, but there's something to talk about every day because something horrible happens every day. I saw pictures this morning of the bomb that was detonated at Al-Shifa Hospital and how they have now said, oh, this operation is done now that we've bombed this hospital. Mangled pieces of people just in the rubble. This is fucking disturbing shit. And I think it's important to remember that because this man here is trying to convince you that Biden is still a decent man while enabling this kind of shit. That's disgusting.
Protester, the crowd got angry with him. Most of the crowd, 5,000 people, they were also in their own way heckling some of the protesters. Now you turn to Bill Clinton.
Yeah, because most of those people there who gave money to be there, who were not there for protest, suck. Like, these people need to wake up. Wake up. And see what is actually happening here.
The economy. Stephen Colbert asked that question. Why are not Americans feeling this? And remember what they called him in 2012? The Secretary of Explaining Stuff. And Bill Clinton, 77 years old, very slowly, methodically diagnosed the problem. He said there have been two shocks to the economic system in this country and to the psyche of this country. The 2008 recession. Barack Obama and Vice President Biden tried to recover from that. Donald Trump disrupted the progress that they were making. And then he said COVID disrupted it even more. He said the president couldn't do anything about inflation other than get us into a depression, but everything he's done has got us on the right track. The crowd really did eat it up, we have to say. And I have to say this as a member of the WHCA, the White House Correspondents Association.
Dummies.
I would love for us to be showing the clips of what they said tonight to get that message across, to share more of that with you. We were not allowed to have video cameras in the room.
Yes,
I suspect we'll see some of those clips from the campaign themselves.
But
I'd love to see those clips too.
The response to the protesting turned into a standing ovation.
That's right. When former President Obama did really deliver that lecture, and it was a lecture, it was stern, it was forceful, the crowd erupted in applause after he finished his remarks. And so I think this is sort of a cathartic moment for a lot of Democrats who are frustrated. Yes, they want to see more progress in Gaza, but they're also not happy to see Democrats protesting the person who's trying to fix the problem. And that was something that those who paid a lot of money, some of them, to get into that room felt was a powerful moment.
Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. I'm sorry, but Biden is not trying to fix this. He's not trying to fix this. Barack Obama has contributed his own war crimes. So he shouldn't speak. And if I'm not mistaken, Bill Clinton has as well. Not to mention, I thought it was very interesting that they talk about him addressing the economic issue. And again, from my recollection of how history unfolded, Bill Clinton did some of the most damaging economic policies to the United States. They have to lie to you and tell you that everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Everything's fine. And I think, again, that's why it's such trash that Lizzo is a part of this. That Lizzo would perform and fundraise for this bullshit. It's disappointing. I'll tell you that. It's disappointing. So, just to tell you what Lizzo actually said, she posted this on Instagram on March 29th, so Friday, in the morning, I'm pretty sure. She said, I'm getting tired of putting up with being dragged by everyone in my life and on the internet. All I want is to make make music and make people happy and help the world be a little better than how I found it. But I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me for clout and views, being the butt of the joke every single time because of how I look. My character being picked apart by people who don't know me and disrespecting my name. I didn't sign up for this shit. I quit. And I think this is such a disingenuous way of framing this issue. Lizzo is being criticized here for something valid. And so I said, miss me with this bullshit, Lizzo. Raising money for genocide enablers and warmongers is embarrassing and should frankly be career ending. Especially if you're going to be a little baby back bitch about it and not take responsibility for the suckiness of this action. This is why I say we deserve better. We deserve better artists than this. JB Font says, Lizzo quit. I wish the IOF followed her example. Yeah, seconded. I agree. Danny Haifong went absolutely savage and said, I don't care if Lizzo quit. She performed for war criminals and genocidal maniacs currently facilitating the destruction of Palestine, and her music is trash. Won't miss her. God damn. God damn, Danny. That's rough. So yeah, Lizzo quit. Lizzo is quitting music. And I gotta say, I'm not gonna be missing her if this is the kind of bullshit she's doing.